What's going on, folks? So the mighty Sonata Arctica are back with a new single here called Freedom Concept. I enjoyed Clear Cold Beyond, their previous album, a lot more than I expected to. It felt like a shift back to a return to form of, the beloved era, almost like bridging the gap. So I'm curious to see, if they continue in that direction. I hope they do. But also, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw that this is a standalone single. It is not going to be included on the new album that they're working on. It's just kind of like an appetizer, I guess. Which, when you finish the appetizer and then you get the full meal, the appetizer's gone. It's not included in the full meal. So I guess that's what this is. It's an appetizer, and the full meal is coming, and this won't be a part of it. But I'm still really, really curious to see what we got. I mean, it's Sonata Arctica, so let's just get in there and give it a listen. Rangers, go.
Understand to me you can't do anything to anyone.
super, super good. And this gives me more hope that they are shifting back to their roots. I mean, this song, it sounds like it could have been on, one of the couple of albums post Ecliptica, like Unia or Winter Hearts Guild. Not quite Ecliptica, but it definitely had that more Winter Hearts Guild, Unia kind of sound to it. And I'm here for it. I am here for it. Musically, it was amazing. When it first started out, I was like getting cautiously optimistic. So I was like, this sounds sick. The keyboard and the quick kind of guitar. It's like this is going to be an up-tempo song with a lot of neat things going on. And the song did not disappoint. I guess let me start with my one critique. Just one. And I don't know if I'm just crazy, but it sounds like maybe 80% of the time, the vocals are a little bit muted. Like, especially when the first verses started, I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is just like kind of the first part of the verses. They kind of just have a stylistic choice to kind of have the vocals muted a little bit, and then they'll open up and stuff. But that never really happened. I mean, there's times, like in the chorus and stuff, where it sounds more at the levels that it should within the mix. But like 80% of it just sounds like the vocals are muted a little, and I'm not sure why that is. Again, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't know. I have pretty good headphones, and it just sounded like they were not at the level that they should be in the mix. And so I would have preferred that, because it just kind of dampens the impact a little bit by having the vocals so muted for so much of the song. So that was a little bit strange to me. Again, I could be crazy. Let me know in the comments down below if you thought the same thing, or if you thought it all just sounded just right, in the mix. And it's not like I couldn't hear them, but I don't know. It almost like there was like a filter, like a dampening filter there. So yeah, that was a little bit strange. It takes a smidge away from the song, in my opinion. But aside from that, the song itself was wonderful. Like, I was really enjoying the verses and stuff, and of course there's a little bit of a unorthodox approach. That's Sonata Arctica. That's Tony Kakko for you. Like, he's got his own kind of unique way of going about things, and that's always been a staple of Sonata Arctica. So some of the lyrics are a bit strange and just things in there, but it's Sonata Arctica, and so I dug it. And the song, even, I was really enjoying it, but the song grew on me even more as it went, and like the final chorus and stuff, I was all in. So yeah, I like the verses. They all kind of match the music and stuff, and then the chorus and all of the musicianship was stellar. And then I gotta say, when that bridge hit, this is one of the best bridges I've heard in a while. Like, this bridge was awesome. Like, it all of a sudden shifts, but it feels natural. Even though it's a shift, it still matches kind of like the song, and it almost gets like a playful, almost like whimsical kind of vibe to it, which was really cool. And then the guitar's doing like dun 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 dun, and the keyboard's doing stuff, and it just had such a cool vibe. Like, I was so into it. This bridge was amazing. Like, I was just having so much fun. Like, it makes you want to jig and smile, and I mean, and then there's cool things happening. And again, I just love that dun 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 kind of thing happening with a hint of whimsy with some of the other stuff, and it was just so much fun. It was just so cool. And then you get that killer keyboard solo, and then you get that pause, which kind of reminded me of the song Misplaced. It's a little bit different. It's not as, it wasn't as jarring as Misplaced. I'll always remember when I first got that album, and I was listening, and Misplaced started, And I mean, it starts off ripping, you know, all that, and then pause. And it's like a very jarring pause out of nowhere at the beginning of the song. And then it starts up again. And I remember always thinking, I was like, wait, did the CD skip? Like, what's going on? And I had to listen to it again just to see. You know, I was like, oh no, I guess that's part of the song. It's just so bizarre. So I'll never forget that. But so yeah, you kind of had that pause here, but it felt a little bit more natural, like after the bridge, and then you know the final section of the song begins. So again, not quite as like off the wall as Misplaced, but yeah. And you know, it kind of just hit me now. The name of that song, it almost feels like that pause is misplaced. So I don't know if that was that intention there, or they just I don't know what happened there, but. Yeah, and then you get the final part of the song. I was just all into it, and again, there in that like final chorus section, you could hear his voice a bit better in the mix, which I liked, and it just ended with a bang and killer song. I'm super stoked. Really, really, really enjoyed this song. Again, it gives me really high hopes. I know this isn't going to be included on the new album, so I don't know if the intention is, hey, you know, we know folks love those early albums. Let's give them something that sounds like it could have been ripped straight from one of those albums. And because the new album's going to be a little bit different, or it's a taste of what's to come, which will follow suit with this song. Could go either way. Knowing Tony, it might just be something for the fans, and the album won't necessarily follow suit. So, yeah, I'm not sure. But regardless, killer new song that really reminds me of the early roots of the band in style and speed and all that good stuff. So, yeah, really enjoyed it. I just wish that the mix, like the voice, it kind of throws me off a little bit. Maybe my mind will change when I listen to it some more, but yeah, it just sounds a bit muted for a lot of the song. But aside from that, awesome. Loved it. Really great stuff. It does my power metal soul good to hear some classic sounding Sonata Arctica that's new. So yeah, anywho, let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What'd you think of this song here? Are you excited for the new album that they're working on? What are your expectations for it? What direction do you think they're going to go? Be curious to hear y'all's thoughts. So let's talk about it, and I'll catch you next time. Ranger. Out.